place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, safe not safe. Before you cross me, look both ways. Leaving the scene with no trace, none in my league. You out of place, I'm not at the top, I'm outer space. Can't eat with us, we're out of place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, state to state.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your host, your boy, George Mackay, and I'm here at Battle Arts, a day away from HWE's Heartbreaker Triumph, and I'm sitting with the Bollywood Boys.
Thanks for having us, man.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for giving me the time. So my first question is a question I always promised myself if I ever got a chance to meet you two, I would ask. All those bumps you took with Randy Orton.
Oh my God.
Which one to you was the craziest? I mean, you're a living legend. Yours became a meme rolling into Monday Light.
I actually had 3 pay-per-views in a row where Randy's like, what do you want to do this one? What do you want to do this one? I think the one at Battleground, the Punjabi prison, stands out because I got a lot of love from a lot of the guys I look up to, and that was a pretty big fall, but I think I earned a lot of stripes with a lot of important people that night.
I think the biggest important thing about with those bumps was that we were just trying to get noticed and stay noticed. So to my brother's point, it was more of like, let's take these bumps, make them look like $1 million, because at the end of the day, if a guy like Randy gives us the pat on the back, he's our golden ticket,
Absolutely. And speaking of Randy, I mean, after the release and everything like that, he praised you guys for your work ethic, for how you conducted yourself backstage. Being in that environment, like backstage, where literally all eyes are on you at all times. As we all know, cancel culture is a huge thing nowadays. One wrong move or somebody says something, you can be immediately just disappeared from the legacy of the WWE. How important is it to just conduct yourself at all times, no matter where you're working, in that professional atmosphere 24/7, so that people remember, hey, these two guys, they were solid. They came in, they did the work, and they were great to be around?
Well, I mean, we were so new. We were just walking on eggshells, to be honest. You just don't want to mess up. It's your dream job, and I think just,
I think it's just a lot of it's common sense, courtesy. For guys like us, it took us 12, 15 years to get to the WWE. So we weren't, we were always...
You shut up and listen.
Yeah, appreciative.
Vets are talking, Randy's talking.
We came up the old school way too, and pick up after the vets leaves, give them water after their match, dressed apart. So all these things that we learned coming up on the independents, we took with us to the WWE, and again, common sense.
Absolutely. Now, one of the first things I remember was you guys in the CWC, the Cruiserweight tournament. You guys impressed me, and that's when I kind of started keeping my eye on you. When you debuted with Jinder Mahal, I was like, this is a great shtick. You got 2 hype man, but are always going to be there to kind of help you get the win in those certain ways. Yeah. What was it like working with Jinder on his first championship run?
Jinder was awesome, and we knew him kind of before that run. And I think his story at that time was very inspiring. He also got released, and he came back, got in shape, reinvented himself, and he was on the way up, and it was like we were a big package, the 3 of us, And I remember when he won the title, I remember he's like, we won the WWE Championship, and that was really cool for him to say that, even though he was doing the work and we were kind of on the supporting act. That he always made us feel like we're integral.
And the package worked, the 3 of us, the 2 of us with the big man in the middle. It was it looked the part. It visually looked great, and not only that, but going back to what your first question was about those bumps, that was it. We knew that the spotlight was mainly on him, so whatever time we did get to shine, we wanted to make the most of it. So luckily we did that, and what was supposed to be literally a 4-week run turned into a 3.5-year run with the Jinder, at least. So definitely made the most of it.
Oh, you absolutely did. Like I said, when I knew that I was going to be announcing, because I'm part of the commentary team here at the great HWE, when I knew I was going to be calling a Bollywood Boys match, I was super excited because I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling. And I think tag team wrestling nowadays, and wrestling especially, is a lost art. There's only a few teams that are really doing it at that high level. What's it like to kind of be in that tag team atmosphere, knowing that in a lot of ways, some cases, it's not played as prime as it should be? I think it should be highlighted all the time, because four dance partners in a ring, that's incredible, the stories that can be told. But when it's not being highlighted as I at least believe it should, what's that like being a tag team wrestler in this industry where you may not always get that highlighted spotlight that you so rightfully deserve?
Well, I mean, being on the independents now, that's a great thing. It's so, there's so much work. There's so many great teams out there where it's we're currently the Defy Tag Team Champions, and
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, and we're having so much fun working different teams every other week, and having these different experiences. We just had a ladder match, a 4-way ladder match, which probably would never have gotten a chance to do elsewhere, but we got a chance to do it, and it's just a lot of fun.
When done right, when promoted right, I mean, I think a tag team match is the best match on the card. It can outdo any other match. So there are tag teams out there like FTR, Young Bucks. You know, I mean, they just had an amazing match on Dynamite the other night, and
Yeah, on a Dynamite
Yeah.
on a Wednesday night,
exactly.
they had a 10-star match.
so like
It's
when
insane.
when given the time, when given like the proper storytelling, there's nothing more beautiful than tag team wrestling, and that's our goal. Like, you know, now we've done the Jinder run, we've done our run with WWE, but there's a lot of goals that we want to accomplish, and for us, like, we're so excited and motivated and inspired just to get that tag team run that we really, really want to achieve.
So, being on the road, traveling together, also being brothers, sometimes you bump heads. As younger days, you probably bumped heads. In your older days, you probably bumped heads. What's it like going through this crazy business with your brother?
Man, there's nothing like it. Honestly, like, you know, there are times, like, especially after our release, we're like, okay, like, we know we're not giving up on ourselves, so we have each other to lean on. Even our entire run with WWE, there are times, you know, it's a roller coaster ride. Luckily, we have each other to lean on. Like, this business is a cutthroat business. You know, you can't trust a lot of people, but when you have your own family with you, it makes the job much easier. And even the grind up now, it's like we have each other. Here we are doing a seminar. Here we are going to be tomorrow night, you know, having another match. But this is the grind, the journey back to where we want to get to.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and having somebody to talk to and confide within, it's important.
And off the record, the only argument we do have is about wrestling. It's, you know, we won't fight about anything else, but, you know, we're both so creatively driven that sometimes his idea doesn't mesh with mine and vice versa. But, like, you know, even if we have a moment of like, oh, we just give ourselves some time, and next thing you know, we'll just like, all right, what do you want to do tonight, brother?
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
the creative juices
Yeah,
flow and
yeah,
you argue
yeah,
about
yeah.
the creative side of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Have you ever argued about certain spots, like who's going to take bumps? Not so much in the run with Jinder, but like when it comes to a high spot. Okay, today's my day or tomorrow's my
I think
day.
we're usually good knowing what our strengths are and what he would be good at, and what we have a formula. And we're not going to spoil it, but we have a formula for our matches that it's kind of worked for us. And you'll remember talking to Robert and Ricky Mort, you know, and they kind of done the same thing for 20, 30 years. You know, and then it's like,
If it ain't broke, don't
Yeah,
fix it.
exactly right. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you obviously kind of sprinkle it in every now and then, something different, but for the most part, we kind of have a formula that works.
A couple more questions and I'll let you enjoy your evening. Now, I live in Brampton. I was born and raised in Brampton. Brampton has such an amazing culture,
Yeah.
food, everything like that. My wife actually got me hooked onto a lot of the Middle Eastern cuisine.
Sure.
One of my favorite things, and I got to know this from you guys, she says hers is butter chicken. Okay, that's fine. It is amazing. I actually prefer paneer.
Ooh,
I prefer the
Are you
cheese.
vegetarian?
I'm not, but I prefer paneer.
I think I might be on the board
I prefer
with
the
you.
paneer.
Paneer
And
is
you know what I
great.
do? I take the naan bread, I put the butter chicken sauce in it without the chicken and the cheese in it, and I do it like a wrap.
Ooh,
You're making me hungry.
wow.
Right?
You gonna bring it
So
to a show
hungry.
tomorrow?
I'll bring it for you guys. I know some great places in Brampton that can do it.
It's on camera.
I will bring it. I will bring
I
it.
expect butter chicken here.
Butter chicken? Okay, done. And obviously naan bread. Like, how much naan bread do you think you've eaten in your life?
So I'm dieting, but I eat naan bread every day because I found these like naan breads at Superstore, and I make like these Indian pizzas every night that fit into my macros. It's this whole dieting thing, but I eat naan every day. So
I knew
love
where
it.
this was going.
You already knew where it was
yeah.
I
going.
love naan. I
Yeah.
love naan that I had to make it work.
Yeah.
So one of the things I've noticed about you guys is, as great as you are together as a tag team, and you mesh so well inside and outside the ring, you also have your own families, you know, children and stuff like that. What's it like being on this indie grind again, leaving the kids at home days, weeks at a time, and then going back? Is it bittersweet a lot of the times?
It's motivating. I mean, inspiring because you need to put food on the table. You know, you got to pay for their schooling, you know, put the roof over their head. So, like, whatever we do now is for our families. Like, you know, we're inspired, like I said, getting back to wherever it is that we go back to, but making the most of every situation and leaving a legacy behind for them to celebrate and for us to be like, hey, that was us, you know? So,
Yeah, the same thing. It's just it's more inspiring than anything
Yeah.
else. It's not. I mean, it's work. Every work could be hard.
It's funny how it changes because when we were first breaking in, it was like, it's for us, it's for us, it's for us. Now your mindset changes. Now it's about giving back to our parents, you know, taking care of them, who took care of us, you know. So your goals, your mindset changes, and your motivation changes.
I agree with that. All right, one more question. I got to play a quick game, and then we'll call it a day. My final question. When it comes to any advice that you could give, because I was listening to the seminar. I actually was honored to be able to kind of peek in and out. You know, I didn't want to take it because I didn't have a right to be there. I am not a wrestler. I'm a fan. But when you have students like that who are so engaged in your stories and what you bring to the table, and especially wanting to learn how to build that great tag team legacy, how exciting is it to see the future? So many tag teams wanting to come up together.
You know, it's crazy. I feel like we're still trying to make our dreams come true, and you know, seeing this, I'm like, really? People look up to us like that? So it's kind of you know, sweet to
it's
see
weird that we were talking about this earlier. It's weird that we're known as the vets. You know, we still feel like kids. You know, so but it's cool. Like the best. One of the kids actually just told us that what we had once said on a different interview about Eddie Guerrero telling us that embrace who you are and make it work. So like the whole Bollywood shtick we do is who we are. You know, it's we want to take our culture, embrace it, and bring it to the forefront. And one of the kids was saying that having us say that in an interview made him want to take his heritage and his background and embrace it. So he was thanking us earlier about that, which I was like, wow, like I don't remember saying
How
that.
cool
but
is that?
yeah, so
That's
it's
crazy,
like,
right?
You know,
the words Eddie told us as fans, we took to the WWE and in our wrestling careers, and now we have another kid up and coming saying the same thing to us. So that's cool, I think.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, that's perfect.
That's what wrestling's all about, giving back.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
couldn't have said it better myself. So the game I want to play with you guys is called Forced Mount Rushmore. I'm going to pick 5 teams that I feel should be on your Mount Rushmore. And you're going to put them in order from 1 to 5.
Sure.
1 being the least favorite of yours, 5 being the top favorite. All right, here we go. In no certain order. The Mega Powers, okay, they're number 1. The Rock and Roll Express, the Rockers, DX, but the original DX of Shawn Michaels and Triple H, the first run, not when everybody kind of got mixed in and then the hairline started to fade and all that stuff. We're going to get past that. And the 5th and final one is one who I enjoyed. I think it was very, very underrated. But Farouk and the first 2 African Americans that were able to win the tag team titles. I can't remember the names.
Sure.
Ron Simmons and the other gentleman. I can't remember. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Forgive me, wrestling
Doom,
fans.
right? They're known as Doom.
Doom,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were.
yeah.
So where would you put them 1 to 5?
On our personal list?
Yes, I call it Forced Mount Rushmore because I'm giving you the
Forcing
tools,
us.
And 5 being the worst, right?
5 being the best, 1 being
5.
the worst.
Okay, 1. Okay, so 1 would be
Rock and Roll Express.
no. Oh, Mega Powers. Wouldn't 1 be the worst?
Yeah, 1 would be the worst.
Mega Powers.
No, so I said 5.
So you said 5 for
sorry,
Rock.
I started at the top.
I started at the top.
Oh, we're going
so
backwards. Okay.
5, okay. So
I say Rock and Roll Express.
the best
Yeah.
is Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Express.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say Rock and Roll Express.
Okay.
Give me a heart attack.
4 would be, what do you think?
Probably
Rockers?
Doom.
Doom?
Yeah.
Doom,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Then Rockers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else did we have on there?
DX and the Mega Powers.
Yeah, DX and Mega Powers.
Yeah, Mega Powers really weren't really a team.
They were a thrown together
Yeah,
team, right?
Yeah, I think that's
DX
that's
and
it.
then Mega Powers.
Yeah.
So.
I like it.
Where's Heart Foundation?
Well, it's a
I
four.
just had to throw.
I know, but-
it was Forced Mount Rushmore. If I gave you the Heart Foundation, I knew exactly where they would
Exactly.
fall.
Heart Foundation, Heart Foundation, Heart Foundation.
Heart Foundation, Heart Foundation. I know you trained a little bit at the Heart Dungeon. I understand that. I do actually have one more question about that, the Heart Dungeon. How cool was it to be in like the mecca of Canadian history?
Yeah, no, I was very fortunate and very blessed, like to this day, to like, be one of the last classes down there. When I got down there in the summer of '04, they were on the way of just literally clearing out the house. They were just cleaning up the kitchen and moving everything out. And I caught the last 2.5 months there, and very lucky, very blessed. I mean, you talk about if the walls
Wrestling royalty.
well, if the walls could talk, you know what I'm saying?
Or scream or
yeah,
cry.
Yeah, and like the who's who have been on that green canvas. So very, very blessed and very fortunate that, you know, again, just have to give the plug. Like we've went from like being fans of Brett to like now being able to like just, he's a mentor. He's like somebody that we can literally just ask, hey man, this is what's on our mind, and he'll get back to us. So very, very lucky.
Very lucky indeed. Gentlemen, thank you so much for giving
Thank
my
you,
little
man.
podcast the time. I appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you did.
Oh, we did
Butter
too.
chicken.
Butter,
we're
it's
waiting
coming.
for the butter
It's
Tomorrow
coming.
night.
Butter chicken and naan, I guarantee
So you're
you.
not releasing this
Promise?
podcast?
I promise.
with butter
I will
chicken?
be here at 3. I will be here at 3:45 with butter chicken and naan for
Well,
you.
it'll be our post-match celebration.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fine. And you know what?
Keep it nice.
All I ask is this: the 3 of us take a picture eating some naan and butter chicken.
Done.
Let's blow up social media.
Let's
tomorrow.
blow it up. when a Brampton right native and guests come together
There you
over
go.
butter chicken.
I love it.
All right, guys, as always, don't forget to follow the socials. You know me, Straight Talk Wrestling. Peace, love, and wrestling. I'll see you next time. And I would like to thank again my guests, the Bollywood Boys.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to tune in next week for another great episode on all available podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. Also, check us out on YouTube at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And if you feel the need to buy some sweet merch, check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Leaving the scene with no trace, none in my league. You out of place. I'm not at the top. I'm outer space. Can't eat with us. We're out of place. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling great. You're not my fan. You can't relate. Straight talk going state to state.